Hey again, everybody. This is Comic Book Hangover. It is Thursday, so that means it's time once again for another weekly haul, weekly review video. So we're just going to jump to it. There's only a couple books from last week that I want to talk about. The first one, of course, is the Superman versus Lobo. Let's see if I can get this without any kind of a major glare on it. So Superman versus Lobo. It was okay. It was okay, although I think the characterization of Lobo is a little off, but that may be because in this story here, they are focusing on the fact that Lobo is a genius. He is smarter than what he is always given credit for, and he is smarter than what he always portrays, but he knows a lot of things. There's a few things that are wrong in when he starts talking about his backstory. Tim Seeley does get a few things wrong. The big glaring one is how he wiped out his entire species. And the way that was done was when he was in high school, he created this sort of a flying scorpion thing with a venom that would kill Zarnians. He, of course, made himself immune, and he released it, to Zarnia, and it wiped everybody out. That was in high school. And here he says he did that in kindergarten. He killed off all of his people when he was really young. That's not true. That's not how it happened. But, it's just one of those things. This may or may not be the Lobo that we know. He may not be, the main DCU Lobo. This may not take place in the main DCU. So I'm willing to stretch that. But it is nice that Lobo is being portrayed as a genius. It's weird hearing him talk like that. He doesn't swear as much. He's not as vulgar as I'm used to and as much as I enjoy. But, it's still really good. The art is taking some getting used to. Mirka Andolfo, of course, it's amazing as always. She's an amazing artist, but her style with Lobo is a little... He's kind of too clean for Lobo, but for the kind of story that it is, it works really well. So I'm pretty pleased with it. It's only a 3-issue, huge book format, which is really cool. And actually, they kind of show it on the back. The whole point is you've got this weird sort of girl who is studying Lobo and Superman because they're the last of their kind. And then there's this god called Newman who is, I guess he's sort of the only of his kind. And he refers to Superman as being from Zarnia and Lobo as being from Krypton. And he decides to give them what they really deserve, and that is their planets back. So Superman ends up on Zarnia, and Lobo ends up on Krypton. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how that turns out. But longtime Lobo fans will notice that this is from the book here. That's Mrs. Tribb. That's Lobo's one of his teachers, and she was the focus point of the first Lobo miniseries, The Last Zarnian, where he was hired to transport her from point A to point B without killing her or letting her die. So nice little tie-in to some history there, but overall it was a good read. It was a lot of fun. It's just, like I said, I'm not used to Lobo's genius, his intelligence being focused on as much as it is in here. So it is cool. It's great. It's just, if you're not aware that Lobo is a genius, how smart he really is, it will kind of throw you off. But even for me, I know that, but I'm just not used to it. But still a really good read. And the art's going to take some getting used to, but I'm not disappointed in it. That's the main thing. I really, really enjoy it. The other one from last week that I want to discuss is Darkhawk #1. This is a 5-issue miniseries, and we're introduced to a new everything. So we got a new character that has the amulet. We've got a new look for Darkhawk, new powers, new everything. And what's really kind of cool is when there's a part in here where he becomes Darkhawk, and people are like, "You look familiar," and they're trying to remember who Darkhawk is, because apparently he hasn't been on Earth for some time. So there's been some people that have forgotten all about it. One person actually refers to him as a cool-looking war machine, which I thought was kind of neat. But overall, it's not bad. It's really not bad. It's just it's getting used to somebody besides Chris Powell having it. And you have this. It's the same thing. You have your average teenager. Chris Powell. His big deal was His mom was an assistant DA and was going after this gangster type dude, Philip Bazin, and he was threatening to kill the family. And then his father, Chris's father, Mike Powell, was a police officer who ended up being on the take and wound up disappearing. It was just all these things going on. Here you have something similar where I wish I could remember the kid's name, but our new Darkhawk, he winds up he's a star athlete, scholarships. He's on his way, but then he has these spells where he just kind of like loses his equilibrium and just weird things happen to him, and he winds up getting, spoiler alert, he winds up getting diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. So basically, he's losing everything, and at that point in time, that's around the time rather that the amulet shows up. There's an explosion, fire, and he goes to try to help somebody, has a spell, sees the amulet, just reaches out on instinct to hold on to this amulet, turns into the new Darkhawk. And it's fun. I mean, it's almost like the way Darkhawk started originally. So I'm along for the ride. I got like 4 covers for the first issue. I'm not intending on getting any variant covers for the rest of the run, but we'll see how I'm able to hold on to that way of thinking. But it's good. If you're a fan of the original Darkhawk, I definitely recommend checking this one out. If you're a fan of Kyle Higgins, who is also doing Radiant Black, he did the first couple of years of Boom's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series, so he knows how to do this sort of stuff. He handles it very well. The art's really good. I mean, it's a pretty good package. So I am pleasantly pleased with how this book turned out. I was a little nervous about it. I'll tell you, I was a little nervous about having a new everything for Darkhawk because I love that character. So it is kind of cool that it did turn out pretty well. I'm very curious to see where it goes and what happens to this kid after this Darkhawk miniseries is over with. I mean, will he graduate to an ongoing series? Will he just fade into obscurity? Will he show up in other books? I mean, it'd be kind of cool to see what happens because he is a pretty cool character. Now, before I get into what I picked up this week, of course, I want to toss out, like button, comment, subscribe, notification, all that fun stuff. Because, support is great. I appreciate it. It's awesome. For tomorrow's full run Friday, I am going to do my Doctor Strange run. I have, I think, about 101 Doctor Strange comics. So I don't know how long it's going to take. It's really not a whole lot of stuff that I could talk about with my Doctor Strange books. There's a few runs that I picked up because he was part of the Midnight Suns. And so I picked those up as part of that. There was a few issues that I picked up because I had characters in it that I liked, a few issues that I just liked the covers. So it's just a random stuff, a random lot of Doctor Strange comics. It's probably not a lot of key issues per se. That's not what I do when I'm looking for these characters. I look at covers and other characters appearing in it that I like before I think about keys. But there might be some keys in there. I don't know. It's been a while since I've actually looked at my Doctor Strange comics, but I'll be going through those tomorrow. Hope you join me. Now, let's talk about the books that I picked up this week. Small stack of books, so this isn't going to take too long. Basilisk number 4, Cullen Bunn, great series. I've been enjoying it for the most. Actually, I've just been straight up enjoying it, so I'm very curious to see where that goes. We've got Geiger number 6. This is a $4.99, and if you look at it, if you haven't picked up your copy of Geiger yet, this is a thicker book. You can tell it's got some heft to it. So I don't know if it's got a preview in it. I haven't cracked it open yet, so I don't know what's in it. I don't know if it's an extended story, if this is our final issue. I don't know what the deal is with it, but I love that cover. Let's just focus on that cover for it. That is a beautiful cover. I absolutely love it. And my one Marvel book this week is Ultimate Fallout number 4. Because I never got this originally. I didn't read really any of the Ultimate books, so I figured there's no reason for me to get it. But now this is the facsimile edition. I'm able to get it and check it out without paying an arm and a leg for it, and I'm totally okay with that. The last book I picked up for this week is Lucky Devil. This is another Cullen Bunn. It's from Dark Horse, Lucky Devil. Well, I enjoyed the first issue, so I'm hoping that I enjoy the second issue. I think there's only like a 4-issue miniseries, so it's not like it's going to be like a huge investment, But that's it. Nice short video this week. I appreciate everybody checking it out. Again, tomorrow I'm going to be doing my full run Friday. It's going to be my Doctor Strange book. Should be a lot of fun. I will have a mini Monday this week. I finally decided what book I'm going to check out. I'll talk more about that tomorrow. And yeah, that's it. I think that's all I can do for today. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys checked out Darkhawk and that Superman versus Lobo. Let me know what you guys thought about it. I'm real curious to see what other fans of those characters thought about these new interpretations of them. Again, I was pleasantly surprised with Darkhawk. As I was telling my friends down at my LCS, huge Darkhawk fan, and I'm nervous because it's a new everything, even a new logo. But I was cautiously optimistic because I do like Kyle Higgins' writing, and he does have experience with that sort of thing. And I was pleasantly surprised. I'm curious to see what everybody else thought about. So if you did check out Darkhawk #1 and you checked out Superman versus Lobo #1, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I appreciate that. Other than that, I will see everybody tomorrow with a full run Friday, and then Monday I'll have a mini Monday. So everybody have a great night. Enjoy your new comics.